I'm going to give it a name. Paradoxical narcolepsy. And that is where unrelenting, high-intensity orchestral music. Hi, Betty.
Hi, Celia.
Well, I've dragged you along on my pop culture literacy project once again, this time to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. So
Yes, you did.
I will let you go first. Let us have your notes.
Well, they're very brief, actually, because the movie wasn't, it was just not an epic.
It's
obviously.
not much to talk about. I agree. Please proceed. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so in the first place, there were obvious references to the game, which I did not, I couldn't make any sense of them because I never played the game, but obviously there were some references to the game. I mean, you could tell that there were some things that were from the game. There were a lot of good things about it. I liked that it was very innocent and harmless. The brothers really cared for each other. It was just so very innocent, very innocent. Even the bad guy, even though he was very mean looking and he did mean things, he was just a real big doofus. He was just like, big dumb guy.
Yeah.
I would call it a lighthearted adventure. And also, like I was really actually swept away with this story, in as much as like when we got transported into this other world from Manhattan. I totally forgot about Manhattan until the very end. When they returned to, I had completely forgotten that we were not in Manhattan anymore, and it was visually great.
Yes.
There was really good production design, animation. Hair and cloth animators did an incredible job. There was this one scene I really noticed in particular where Princess Peach was walking like from right to left, screen right to left, and it was just a headshot. And the hair on the side of her head was like moving with each step she took. It was just perfect. It was perfect. That's a real art. Oh. Hair and cloth animation is an art. There are people who support families animating hair and cloth. And also there were like funny designs. Like I really got a kick out of the helmets on top of those toadstools.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed those helmets they were wearing. In the first place, they have these ginormous heads, and then there were these like little helmets perched on top of them that made their heads even bigger. I mean, it was just crazy. And really the only drawback that I would say, which is, kind of a big one, but the only drawback was that there was just too much action. It was just one action scene after another, overstimulation. I wasn't expecting anything else other than that. I wasn't expecting film noir, and like I say, I wasn't expecting an epic. I was dozing here and there, and I know that I didn't miss anything. So that was basically the only drawback for me, is just hyperventilating with the action.
Well, I agree with you mostly, and I didn't really, I kind of appreciated the colorful artwork, except that it just got to glutting my eye. I know it was great. I know you would love it, but I will say this movie was definitely only for kids. You could take your kid to see it, and you could endure some of it. You could endure, but it's really a kid's movie. It's not only innocent, it is sexless. It is sexless. There is actually a beautiful princess involved, and in the end of the movie, no one is sleeping with her.
Yeah.
The Mario brothers are...
I don't think they even kissed.
No. The Mario brothers... No,
I don't think there was a kiss in it.
No. Let's see. So we have this nice plot. Yeah, Mario is the crazy dreamer. He has to deal with his naysayers, and in the course of the movie, spoiler alert, he does. And, it hadn't occurred to me that, I guess I also was swept away. But okay, I think it's kind of funny. You dozed, I dozed too. And I think that I have, maybe since you just admitted that you dozed, I think this is a phenomenon. I'm going to give it a name. Paradoxical narcolepsy. And that is where unrelenting, high-intensity orchestral music, constant throughout an entire movie, combined with rapidly flashing lights and images pounding away, flashing, actually beats your senses into submission, and you just fall asleep.
Turn off. Yeah.
You just turn off, yeah. Maybe I would be a good candidate for hypnosis, because, I mean, I think this is what some of what hypnotists do, is they use a lot of noise and light, actually, and movement to put their subjects to sleep. But I also dozed off. Now, the thing is, the action sequence was, I mean, what was it, 25, 35 minutes or something? Okay, we set the movie up where these guys have to rescue, Luigi and the Mushroom Land. And there is like a 35-minute war or a 45-minute war. I don't know. I fell asleep a couple of times. And like every time I woke up, they'd be bopping along doing something else. She would be on her nifty little pink and white motorcycle racing along. And I mean, that was like the whole second act. Like we had the setup. Okay, we're going to go rescue Luigi and save Mushroom Land. And then it doesn't wrap up until the very end when they burst into Brooklyn, and that's where the end happens in about 3 minutes. But what is it? A 55 or a 65-minute battle scene in the middle? That's the whole second act. So it was just too much, and there wasn't it didn't sustain any plot in there. So yeah, it's just probably kind of like a gaming experience. The movie definitely did not tempt me to take up Super Mario Brothers.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not tempted to play any game. And also, besides, it's been many years since I was amused or entertained by, 3-foot tall men with big bulbous noses, those kinds of cartoon characters. So yeah, that was sort of like, pat on the head kind of spectatorship. I mean, I was just kind of a little bit involved because they were, like you said, they were so innocent, and Mario's a crazy dreamer, and Luigi is such a faithful brother. But otherwise,
together. What did they keep on saying? Together we can do anything, or
something like
together,
that.
Something like that. Together, it was something about being together.
Save Brooklyn,
the two bros together.
Yeah, cute. Right, that's the game experience.
Which is what the movie was.
Yeah.
Yeah, a gaming experience. Yeah. This was an hour and a half of the game without having to actually push any buttons by yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Yeah. So that's what I don't know, snooty English major thought of Super Mario Brothers. Just drop off your kids if possible. Otherwise, just sit and endure. I guess.
Well, and it's one film that you can drop your kids off to see. It's a very safe film. Excuse me, I keep on burping. Okay, take that out.
Well, Betty, thank you very much for your thoughts. As usual, your art director insights were very interesting to me about the cloth and the hair.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Visuals can carry, I've said this before, visuals can carry me through a bad movie. So.